who's joining us here again from Video Games New York. Now, Robbie, we were just talking earlier about Tony Hawk, and you said you've just played the new remake that came out yesterday on Xbox Live.
My roommates have the 360, so I downloaded it and tried it out. But the whole couple weeks before, I had been playing 2X on the Xbox, so like the slightly up-resed version of 2. I was like, oh, okay, this is the exact same thing. Like, it just looks slightly better. But then I kind of realized, wow, Tony Hawk 2 is over 10 years old now, like almost 15 years old now. And like, to me, I've held on to my copy. So I'm like, oh yeah, I'll just pull it off the shelf. I'll just play Tony Hawk 2 again. But other people might not have played it. It's nice that some of these things get like a second chance to be played by people. Obviously not everything, but, you know, a game as good as Tony Hawk 1 and 2, I'm glad is not just like, nope, never happened.
What you're saying homes in on a lot of the concerns of people who are worried about game preservation, where when old systems like these go away, you know, and the cartridges get, you know, wind up in a landfill somewhere, that you have great experiences that people who come after will never necessarily get to play.
What the camera doesn't see is right in my eye line is the Japanese Panzer Dragoon Azel, which, yeah, I bought my copy the day it came out. You know, all the 6,000 copies that were ever made. But how many other people are ever going to get to play that game?
So, Robin, it sounds like you have a pretty significant retro game collection at home.
Yeah, especially like the 32-bit, like Saturn, PlayStation, to the 128-bit era. My collection is pretty complete, you know.
So if you had to pluck one game out of that collection off the shelf and offer it up to the world, put it online somewhere, or something that everybody should play, what would it be?
I'd actually go with another Saturn game that kind of got forgotten, which is Burning Rangers. Sonic team game, all ages game. You don't even kill anybody. You just shoot fire with laser beams, like, and rescue people. Very accessible, and yet a late release on a system that couldn't really handle it. You know, great concept, decent execution, gone. No one knows it. Totally forgotten.
It's funny. I remember there was a rash of firefighting games back in the day, and it's kind of a genre you don't really see that much anymore.
Yeah, very kind of Japanese concept. Like, I don't see why it's not more accessible. It's shooting, but not killing. You know what I mean?
So in terms of modern games, what's got your interest lately? What are you going to use your roommate's 360 for in the coming months?
Even as we're talking about old game preservation, I just played Gears of War for the first time this year. Like, it's phenomenal. Who knew? But, like, part of it, you know, it's just, you know, I'm older and I don't have the time. I don't want to spend as much money on games. But it's like, okay, somebody had a 360. I can pick this game up for $5. But I know that in, like, 5 years or whatever, they'll just be, like, throwing them out on the street. And you know what I mean? So, like, there's, like, a weird thing. And, like, I'm kind of paranoid now that I'm like, oh, man, I better get, like, Xbox 360 games before people are just throwing them away. Because there could be, like, rarities that, you know, there's only a few copies printed and people are like, oh, this is junk. This is Xbox 360. We're done with that. And it's, like, a great game that I missed. You know what I mean?
Do you think digital distribution is going to help with that? Like having servers packed with games that came out for over the last couple of years?
Remember how excited we were about Virtual Console? Remember how real excited we were? And then it kind of petered out. It's hard to know. I would like it if everything were available. Like, and that you could go into it like a library. There are signs in the right direction, but I don't hold my breath. I'm not going to give up my physical copies anytime soon.